Hi guys, today we're working on 5.1b, multiplying radicals, and 5.1c, which is adding and subtracting radicals. They're very similar, so I decided to do them in the same video. There are a little difference. So the first thing we need to do is make sure we get all these notes down, as well as these notes. So make sure you pause, take care of that real fast, come back to me in just a minute. Okay, so let's work all the way through multiplying, and then we'll work all the way through adding and subtracting. So when we multiply, we've always been able to multiply kind of anything we want, such as like 5x times 2x is going to give us 10x squared. And this comes from, of course, 5 times 2 is going to give us 10, and then x times x is going to give us x squared. So the number within the number gives us the number in the front, variable times.
That's it. That's all we have to do. So, for an example, for radicals, we do the exact same thing. We can multiply whatever we want to. So 5 square roots of 3 times 2 square roots of 3 is the exact same process up here. We're going to multiply our numbers on the outside, we're going to multiply our second parts, and then if there's any simplification and cleaning up to do, we're going to do that. So we're going to do 5 times 2 first. 5 times 2 is going to give us 10, so 5 and 2, we're going to multiply to give us 10. We have our square root sign, just like here we have x and x gives us x squared. Our square root and square root is going to give us square roots. We're going to multiply the numbers on the inside, which is 3 and 3, which are going to give us 9. So we're going to multiply the outsides, and then we're going to multiply the inside. This we know we can simplify. The square root of 9 is equal to 3. So we're really going to have 10 times 3, which is going to give us 30. So if we can simplify, absolutely take that second step and simplify. Okay, let's get our examples for these. So example 1, 3 square root of 2 times 4 square root of 3. Multiply the outside numbers, 3 times 4 is going to give us 12. Multiply the inside numbers, 2 times 3 is going to give us 6. We cannot simplify the square root of 6, so we're just going to leave this as 12 square root of 6. Okay, last example. Multiply and multiply, multiply, multiply. We're multiplying, so we're multiplying the outside numbers, multiply the inside numbers. So negative 2 times positive 2 is negative 4 on the outside. 5 times 4 is 20, which we know we can break 20 down into the factor tree. So we're going to get negative 4, and then 20 is going to give us 4, sorry, the square root of 20 is going to give us 4 square root of 5, no sorry, not 4 square root of 5, 2 square root of 5. That's a 2. Okay, and this is remembering from Friday, from our simplifying. So then we're going to multiply what's left over. Negative 4 times 2 is going to give us negative 8, and then we get square root of 5, and that's the answer. After you multiply, if you can simplify the stuff inside the radical, then do so. If you can't, then don't. But we can, so we did. We couldn't, so we didn't. Okay, let's look at the second part. So 5.1c, which is adding and subtracting radicals. So kind of the difference is the big difference. Remember how last time we can multiply whatever we wanted to? But for adding and subtracting, we have to have like terms. We have to do the same thing with our like terms here. Because both of these are just plain old x's, they're not x squared, they're not x to the third, they're just x's. We have to take our 5x and our 2x, we add the 5 and the 2, we're going to get 7 x's. Same thing here. We have to have like terms. So just up here, how we have our x's and our x's and our x's that stayed x and it stayed x and it stayed x, that's going to happen down here. When we add our radicals, 5 square root of 3 plus 2 square root of 3, we're going to add our outside numbers and keep the inside number the same, just like we added our coefficients and kept our x's the same. So 5 plus 2 is going to give us 7. We're going to keep our square roots of 3 the same because they're kind of like terms here and like terms here. 5 square roots of 3 plus 2 square roots of 3 is a total of 7 from 5 plus 2. So we're going to add our outside numbers, add the outside, and then we're going to keep the inside and just carry over it and keep it the same. Keep inside. So add outside, keep inside, as opposed to for multiplying, multiply everything. But adding and subtracting, it's always been you have to have the same like terms. You have to have the exact same thing added to the exact same thing.
Okay, so let's get an example. We have 10 square roots of 5 minus 2 square roots of 5. We know that we can add or subtract these because the square root of 5 is the same as the square root of 5, just like our x is the same as an x. So we know our answer is going to be in terms of square roots of 5. So we're going to keep our add the outside numbers, which is really going to be subtracting as well. So 10 minus 2 is going to give us 8. We keep the square root of 5 the same. We can't simplify our inside. We can't simplify anything else. So 10 square roots of 5 minus 2 square roots of 5 is 8 square roots of 5. Okay, example the 2. 2 square root of 8 plus 3 square root of 2. This one's kind of tricky because even though their numbers aren't the same, we can actually simplify the square root of 8. Remember how the square root of 8 is the same thing as the square root of 2 times 2 times 2, and then bring down our plus our 3 square roots of 2. So this is the same. And then we can circle our pairs, which is going to bring 1, 2 to the outside, which is going to give us 2 times 2 square roots of 2 plus 3 square roots of 2, which we can simplify further. 2 times 2 is 4, so we get 4 square roots of 2 plus 3 square roots of 2, and all of a sudden our inside radicals are the same, so we can add these because they are like terms now. 4 square roots of 2 plus 3 square roots of 2 is 7 square roots of 2. Alright guys, come get your practice worksheet. We'll get started on it beginning today.